Thank
I
you.
think that's it for me. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Girl behind him got the full. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? Like, just walk off. Walk off. Even Charlie had to go, okay, you're done. Thank you. Thank you for your time. What's going on, y'all? I wanted to check out this clip of Charlie Kirk destroying this woke liberal trying to defend MS-13 and gangs and all this nastiness. Let's check this out. Get straight into it. Don't forget to hit the like button, share the video.
Let's start off by laying some things that I think you and I would both agree on first. I'm sure you like our Constitution. I'm sure you're a big fan of our Bill of Rights, the habeas corpus inclusion in before even the Bill of Rights in the Constitution itself.
Why he dressed like he about to be in the Matrix? Like, what's he about to audition to be Carmen San Diego with that?
When we look at the current league of deportations that's happening, particularly when it predates to Kilmar Abrego Garcia, right? He is a man who hasn't had his due process. He never had his day in court.
That's not true. You know that he spent 4 years in court from 2017 to 2021. In fact, so much so that the judge even ruled on his immigration status, saying that he could be deported at any time for any reason.
Got him.
That court order.
Got him. You talking all this mess? You had enough time to get a trench coat. You ain't have enough time to do research. And I hate when like these wokies, that's what I call them, wokies, when they never admit when they're wrong. He just caught you out the gate. Immediately, Charlie Kirk smoked you. You ain't going to admit? Okay.
Actually elapsed. So it wasn't valid at the time of his deportation. If we want to go through these, we need people to have their habeas corpus rights. We need people to have the ability to show up in court and actually exemplify their have their case, be heard in front of a judge, be heard by a jury of their jury of their peers, pardon, and have a chance to be.
But again, I've done this so many times. Let me just pause, and I don't mean to pick on you. How hard the left is fighting for this MS-13 scumbag is just remarkable to me. It's like it's I'm not trying to pick on you. Let me make a broad statement.
The worst person in the world. He could be an absolute scumbag.
Is he a U.S. citizen?
No.
Oh, that actually changes things.
It does. Absolutely.
What are we talking about? Case closed. Why are you up here jibber-jabbing? You wanted to show off your coat? All right, that's it. That's enough. No more coat jokes. All right, my bad. My bad. I'm just saying. Like, what, to show the coat off?
And so,
but it does not change
due process. Yes, it does. The Alien Enemies Act says you do. That's not correct.
Okay.
The Alien Enemies Act says you do not have to give due process to those that you are deporting. It is not correct. So they invoked the Alien Enemies Act.
What does it take to invoke that act?
And signature from the President of the United States to say that you are being invaded by a foreign power or assisted by a certain force on enemy ground. He was part of MS-13, which is a paramilitary arm of the Venezuelan government.
So, but in order to enact that act, don't we need a war declaration?
Oh, yeah. No, that's what he did on day one. He said that we're being invaded.
Does he have that power?
Yes.
I thought that was a congressionally approved thing.
No, that's not correct. The President of the United States has an ability within a 90-day emergency clause window to say that we are being invaded by a special power. It's called the War Powers Act of 1990 something. The War Powers Act.
Yeah, he don't know enough. This guy don't know enough to even try to compete with Charlie Kirk in any way, shape, or form.
It gives the president the authority for 90 to 100 days to declare that we are being invaded. And we have been invaded, by the way, by MS-13 and Tren de Aragua. It's a material fact.
Considering, one of the things that's super important when we consider law is the spirit of the law. And do we really believe that these laws were enacted with the spirit in mind of gangs being associated as arms of a state?
Potentially.
MS-13 and Tren de Aragua are not Venezuelan arms. They're not.
No, MS-13 is. That's not correct. But let me throw it back at you. MS-13 is El Salvadorian and also Venezuela. Yeah, Tren de Aragua is Venezuela. MS-13 is El Salvadorian. He signed declaration of invasions against both. But let me challenge you on this, because you're coming after this in good faith. Was the First Amendment written in the spirit of Facebook posts?
Can you clarify a little bit?
The First Amendment, part of the Bill of Rights, ratified in 1791, was it written in the spirit that it shall apply to tweets?
Not to private corporations.
Well, no. Meaning, like, do your free speech rights apply also to the internet.
So it applies to public square. So the question that we're having now is Facebook a public square? Are Twitter public squares?
It's a separate issue. The issue is
this guy is crazy. That was a simple question if I ever heard one. He's over here trying to moonwalk, do gymnastics, backflip out the way. Like you could tell. I was gonna bring up the quote one more time. Listen, I don't think he's intellectually prepared to have this conversation, let alone debate, ever. Right?
That we would all agree that you have a First Amendment right to express yourself and the government can't throw you in prison regardless of where you have it. Whether you write a newspaper op-ed or whether you do a Facebook post, right? You have a First Amendment right to do that. The point being is you say, well, the spirit of the law in 1798, it doesn't matter if a law is old. It matters what moral claim is the law trying to make, because times sort of change, but people do not. Human nature goes unchanged. And so the point being is the Alien Enemies Act has been invoked 4 times in our nation's history. War of 1812, Civil War, World War I, World War II. And I believe totally appropriately invoked here. It's been enjoined by the Supreme Court right now, so we'll find out its future. But when you have 15 million people come into your country in a span of 4 years, that is definitionally an invasion.
He's struggling.
I guess an invasion requires a certain commitment from a state, right? It's a big difference between an invasion and an immigration wave is whether there's a state operating.
Or if
you could see the confidence leaving his body. This is crazy. You could literally see the confidence just running up out of there. Like he is being deflated, right? Yo, he's losing. Oh my gosh, somebody help me. Where's my phone? Pass me Twitter.
Force. The cartels, man.
X.
The cartels operate like a state. The cartels are the reason that a lot of these people are able to make it up to the border. They pay money to the cartels. The cartels are using drones. They're using speedboats. They're using helicopters. The cartels act like a government. In fact, the cartels run the Mexican government. The Sinaloa drug cartel is more powerful than the Mexican Mexican government.
I would agree with labeling these terrorist organizations. I think they have the funding, they operate, they have such. But there's a key distinction between a government entity and a terrorist organization.
Hold on a second. We declared war on Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
What government was Al Qaeda?
We can declare war on terrorist organizations.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. So if we signed the Alien Enemies Act against Al Qaeda, it would have been perfectly fair and appropriate, obviously. And Al Qaeda is not a government. What I'm saying, though, is that the cartels, the MS-13 and Tren de Aragua, they are being supported by governments. They're harbored in governments. The Alien Enemies Act, of course, applies to them. These are enemies here on the mainland of America doing harm. And Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the member of MS-13, he was a wife beater, a child abuser, here illegally. He had a deportation notice on his head. And now he's back in his country of El Salvador. And we should be happy that he's home.
So,
word up.
I can grant.
Got him. Like, fam, I don't even know why this guy is trying to continue to debate this in any way, shape, or form. Like, I do not understand why he's sitting there, like, just humiliating himself to further extent. This is like the woke liberal mind. Bam, they just think differently. Certain things are more important to them, bro. It's really weird. Strange.
You that he might be all these things. It does not mean that he doesn't get a day in court.
But as a non-U.S. citizen, though, the Alien Enemies Act allow us to expeditiously remove him. It's just the way it works. I mean,
no, you're right. But
now that's not the
we
case.
We can argue whether that was a correct invocation. Right? That's
irrelevant. The Supreme Court has now said no more, so there will be no more. But in that specific case, nothing was done illegally. The only argument you might have is that the judge says you could deport him anywhere except El Salvador. So we probably should have just deported him to, I don't know, the Congo, and everyone would have been happier. Hilariously, they said, oh, he's in a foreign jail. No, he's not in a foreign jail. He's an El Salvadorian in his own country. He's not an American. If he would have went to Gitmo, that would have been a foreign jail.
Okay.
There's nothing he could say.
And then...
just quit.
Thank you.
That's it for me. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Even the girl behind him, oh my gosh. The girl behind him is like, just quit. Give up. You're embarrassing yourself. Just go home. Like, what? Homegirl behind him got the full. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? Like, just walk off. Walk off. Even Charlie had to go, okay, you're done. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Could I ask you for a red hat?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Yep.
Oh,
Thanks.
you want a
Great
hat
question.
now? That was quite funny. That was hilarious. Fam, he just straight embarrassed himself. He couldn't just admit, I'm wrong. Simple as that. That's just my opinion. Tell me what yours is down in the comment section. Also, do me a favor, watch more videos, man. Why not? Helps out a lot.